Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between LawLiet versus Chaemiko. This game taking place here on Amazonia. Let's go ahead and break things down in this matchup. No way for me to accidentally zoom in. This is a NetEase game, which means that, well, this is the standard up-close resolution Amazonia Peak 1v1 map. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in as we dive into this human versus night elf matchup. We are going to be looking at a Keeper of the Grove first, coming in from LawLiet. No big surprises here. Meanwhile, it is going to be an Archmage coming in from Chaemiko. Once again, no big surprises as, well, we just hit that 2-minute mark and seen some early action get underway. Now, questions that I have is LawLiet going to be trying to put in pressure with the Keeper of the Grove early on, and will Chaemiko be trying to set up an expansion? It looks as though the expansion question is already being answered for me, as the Archmage and the human army looking to clear out this rock-rolling creep camp with a number of peasants already. But the production or the training of the peasants has actually been cut short here, so not as many peasants necessarily to try and go for a fast expansion, as we do see also a low hit point footman actually looking to scout out. So really nothing really clearly defined as of yet. That low hit point footman shouldn't be wandering out there. It could easily get scouted out by a Keeper of the Grove. One or two auto attacks would take him down, and Entangle would take him down as well, as the Archmage now goes after another Forest Troll Berserker creep camp. Yeah, using a low hit point footman to scout, that seems like a very dangerous a bait play coming across here, as the footman now looking to retreat all the way back. Keeper of the Grove checking down to the south here and sees that there is no expansion. We also don't see any sort of arcane vault yet, so this footman has no easy way of trying to heal. Scroll of the Beast has been picked up. Keeper of the Grove looking to put in some pressure here. Their treants are going to try and clear up this part of this creep camp here, as Militia now being brought on over. All right, Chaemiko seemed to know what exactly LawLiet's strategy and plan was, and now already putting in quite a bit of pressure onto the Keeper of the Grove here. LawLiet actually taking a little bit of damage here. There's an Entangle. Footman may end up getting taken down here, as the creep camp is not getting cleared up. That one rogue is now being brought back over, as the Keeper of the Grove trying to aggro more and more of these creeps. Keeper of the Grove could get taken down. No, down to 45 hit points, forced to burn a Scroll of Town Portal. Not quite sure why the Archmage denied the experience right there, as there is no way that the Keeper of the Grove would have gotten any of that experience. All right, trying to clear things up. Level 3 now on that Archmage. Dual Cloak of Shadows, and that will quickly be sold. One of the reasons why Night Elf is so strong in the early game is even if they are forced to use that Scroll of Town Portal early, because of their earlier Moonwells, they already have access to that early healing. That Keeper of the Grove, who was so low on hit points just moments ago, is already back and ready for action, and that's just part of their standard style of play. Human here would still need to build up an Arcane Vault, now going into a Blacksmith, as we are looking at some low hit point footmen trying to hide in the back. Meanwhile, Archmage going to go ahead and try to take some of this down here. Keeper of the Grove already sitting on level 2 Entangle, and should be able to easily finish off some of these footmen. Chaemiko really diving on in here, trying to disrupt any that tech to tier 2 timing, but it looks as though the tech to tier 2 has already been completed, and now more Wisp can be trained up if some Wisps are taken out here. Bunch of footmen going to end up getting lost, and Chaemiko is going to be hurt in a major way, as we are looking at +7 damage on that Keeper of the Grove already, with dual Circlets of Nobility and a Mantle of Intelligence. That gold miner only feels like 40 minutes because it's mid game. All right, coming back through, Chaemiko is already at tier 2, getting up the Mountain King, training up Rifleman. We are looking at the Keeper of the Grove now making his way down here. Archmage wants to pick up some items as well. What is he going to pick up? Picks up Boots of Speed, sells his scroll, sells his dual Cloak of Shadows, as the Keeper of the Grove Alchemist looking to clear up the remainder or this creep camp here pretty quickly. All right, 0 armor on that Kobold Commander, as well, focused fire from the archer is able to dish out that damage pretty fast. Meanwhile, Archmage is already once again on the far side of the map, continuing with all of that pressure, as more and more archers are still getting trained up. Still no upgrades on those archers as of, well, let's see. Nope, range upgrades completed for the archers, as we're looking at LawLiet purposely going after his opponent's creep camps, trying to deny them for his opponent, and now the Mountain King is going to be stuck at level 1 for quite a bit of time. We're still looking at only 2 riflemen here, no Arcane Sanctum. Archmage making his way all the way back down, and still with no real access to healing, could have a bit of a difficult time. Level 4 Keeper the Grove, level 2 Alchemist, Militia now being brought on over. Archmage coming back across on the other side. Treants throwing in on the battle. Mountain King comes in with a Stormbolt healing spray to try and heal up a little bit more, as the Archmage seems to be off by his lonesome self, trying to retreat back off to the north again. Coming on through, Priest finally going to be trained up here. We are going into Rifle Casters as Staff of Teleportation for or is that a Scroll of Town Portal? Scroll of Town Portal to get actually inside the base here. I thought it was a Staff of Teleportation for a moment, but no, Archmage didn't have the item, and now he's able to rejoin up with the army. That seems like that is always a difficult decision to make in Warcraft 3, and whether you actually burn that Scroll of Town Portal to try and get back inside your base, as it is an expensive item, and I don't believe Chaemiko is actually going to spend the additional 350 gold to replace that item. Normally it is a waste, as we already saw the Keeper of the Grove and the Alchemist had already backed away. We'll see if that decision from Chaemiko comes back to haunt him. Mountain King trying to come back across here, but this is just looking like an absolute easy play by LawLiet to finish things off here. Footman without defend here could easily get focused down quickly. We're looking at the low hit point Footman now trying to retreat back. There's a Stormbolt picking off the archers one at a time. There goes another one there. Entangle onto the Alchemist here, looking to shut him down, as the Mountain King still looking to turn back around, perhaps land a Stormbolt. Alchemist down to 282 hit points, really not that low. Meanwhile, another Stormbolt goes down on an archer there. The Mountain King has his eyes constantly sight on trying to finish off some of those lower hit point units, as we see a Demon Hunter as the third and final hero. With that third and final hero, Demon Hunter, the Mountain King and the Archmage is not going to be able to use their spells effectively at all. And now this push, suddenly surprised, as we didn't even see any dual Ancients of Lore. We just are looking at mass archers, and perhaps that is the reason for the surprise as well. It could have been easily thought that Chaemiko thought his opponent was still at tier 2, not actually going to tier 3 for that Demon Hunter. All right, looking at the army of LawLiet with nothing indicating except that Tree of Eternity that he has even gone past tier 2 at all. The heroes out here onto the battlefield, so it is mass heroes and mass tier 1, and LawLiet just seems to be playing with his food. Chaemiko, looking like he's going to be having a bit of trouble to try and stabilize himself. Cheers. All right. Lot of aggression, back and forth. Priest and Rifleman working together here. The Water Elemental tanking that front line a bit of damage. Archmage not going to be getting to level 4 anytime soon. Mountain King should be resurrected relatively quickly as well. Should be back out here onto the battlefield. No, just now getting started. Not quite sure what the delay was for that there, as the Mountain King really needed to be part of the battle, at least get off one Stormbolt before it gets mana burned and gets in check by that Demon Hunter. Archmage leads off against the north here. Scroll of Healing, Potion of Invulnerability. Demon Hunter could have a little bit of bad day. There is a Sentry Ward now being placed down. Water Elemental dropped in time as the Demon Hunter down to 152 hit points. However, Healing Spray is already coming back across. That Entangle making a very big difference there, as archers are now getting taken down. Orb of Venom onto the Archmage. Archmage taking quite a bit of damage, but there is plenty of healing in those priests. If only they could be healed more than one at a time. Mountain King trying to make its way over. Is going to be able to Stormbolt anything? No, it is not, as the Archmage slowly heals back up. Mountain King will stay at level 1. Archmage will stay at level 3. And after this, level 4, level 3, level 1, going up against a level 3 and level 1 hero. And Chaemiko still has a bit of work to do. 2-0 upgrades underway for Chaemiko's rifleman. Militia now being called over, and Chaemiko knows that, well, he needs to try and figure out how to close out this game. He's bringing his full 50/54 supply army into the battle, dropping a sentry ward inside the base to keep track of where his opponent is. Mountain Giants are trying to be added. Beautiful anti-magic shell at the last moment as Mountain Giants are getting added into this fight here. This sudden tech switch, it may actually be enough here as the peasants are now trying to join out into the battlefield, and we are looking at a bunch of priests trying to constantly here. There's a giant taunt pulling back a bunch of the peasants as the riflemen, well, unsure of who to attack so far. Level 4 now on the Archmage, as the Archmage now trying to retreat here once again. Priest, mana burn onto the Archmage. Archmage trying to retreat back. Mountain King constantly getting mana burn as the Mountain King now using the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Staff of Preservation saves the Keeper of the Grove. Mountain King wants to perhaps get a Stormbolt off. Isn't going to be able to get a Stormbolt off. Should be able to get a Stormbolt off right there. Gets the Stormbolt off before the Demon Hunter gets the mana burn. And now Stormbolt's instead the Alchemist. Alchemist is standing around just absorbing quite a bit of damage. And interestingly enough, the peasants here are absorbing damage similar to how peons would sometimes absorb damage with Spirit Link. All right, we're looking at the Alchemist trying to retreat back. He's able to buy a potion of healing as the Goblin Shredder is going to end up getting focused down as well. All right, more healing spray. 51 supply compared to 33. That sudden timing change where the ancient allures were built and then trying to train up Mountain Giants was a perfect timing attack. And now with the Arcane Vault here, Scrolls of Regeneration should be able to keep things alive and well as the Mountain King still able to taunt and walk on through. Rifleman absorbing still large amounts of damage. There goes another Rifleman there as we should be looking at perhaps trying to buy some Clarity Potions. Oh, Goblin Sappers trained up there to try and shut down any chance of that Demon Hunter making its way back out onto the battlefield. 40 supply compared to 31. Chaemiko, who was very, very far behind just moments ago, suddenly still has an uphill battle to try to close it out, but he has his opponent against the ropes. Staff of Preservation doesn't really save the Alchemist as the Potion of Healing cooldown has been completed. More archers are joining in onto the battle here. Mountain King could be in trouble. Mountain King is in trouble as the Archmage is now by himself trying to finish things off. Another Staff of Preservation charge moving that Keeper of the Grove back, and all Chaemiko is doing is constantly saving his units slowly but surely. Are we going to get another Demon Hunter? I do not believe so. Units are retreating back, and it looks like Chaemiko's has lost a lot of the pressure that he was built, and it looks like a counterattack by LawLiet may be in order. All right, continuing this push once again, archers being able to push back here. A lot of the casters want to avoid all of that damage once more. There goes a little bit more damage. There's a Dispelled Magic. Another auto attack is going to finish off. Yep, this time from the Sorceress. Death by a firing squad, but doesn't give experience to his opponent. Archmage now trying to retreat back here once again. Mountain King could be trained up in just a moment. Now just needs a little bit more time. That walk all the way back home, but without any faster movement speed, every single priest looks like it is getting taken out. Archmage trying to retreat back here. Is he going to be able to buy anything else? Trying to move that Dispel. Constant taunts as the Archmage now do 43 hit points, 38 hit points. Needs a lot of healing. All the Riflemen are still back across here trying to put in pressure. Mountain King now out here onto the battlefield. What is that Archmage doing? Potion of Invulnerability used in time as they're trying to fight things back once more. Priest needs to heal up that Archmage. What is going on here? Archmage is trying to get damage onto the Alchemist. Alchemist is trying to run away, and the Archmage, while all sub 200 hit points, is still somehow participating in this battle here. All right, a little bit of heals getting underway. Stormbolt onto an unsuspecting or completely suspecting archer as this priest needs to retreat back. It's going to take some auto attack damage and get taken down again once more. All right, Mountain Giant, gets a bash in the back, and now trying to shake off a little bit more of that damage again. Demon Hunter back out onto the battlefield, but it doesn't have enough mana for mana burn at all. So this constant pressure back and forth, and what we've seen here is simply by retreating back home, you can get enough momentum to push back in that other direction. Archmage sitting at 4, Mountain King sitting at 2. Archmage trying to aggro the creeps and pull them back as the Mountain King really wants to get up to level 3 and should be able to do exactly that even if the Archmage is staying nearby. Level 2 Stormbolt really does open things up. Tome of Strength getting picked up there as that, Lightning Shield needs to back away here. Mountain King needs to finish off there, picks up a Belt of Giant Strength, a lot more hit points, and should be able to dive on in pretty even or pretty consistently now. Archmage sitting at 4, Mountain King sitting at 3, and that may be enough if the Demon Hunter is kept in check and he's unable to get to level 3 for that level 2 mana burn. Still, this is anyone's game to win. We are looking at more riflemen getting trained up, more priests getting added into this army. 47 supply compared to 47. Just a major hero level supply advantage, or level advantage for the enemy, or for Chaemiko's enemy, LawLiet's heroes. Entangle going down, quick dispel magic. Rifleman trying to engage here. Demon Hunter trying to get into the frontline portion. Actually runs within range against all of these units. We're going to see a mana burn onto the Archmage there. Are we perhaps going to be looking at a Stormbolt? There's a Stormbolt, and the Demon Hunter could get taken down. Healing with a Staff of Preservation just in time. Triple Mountain Giants out here onto the battlefield. Are we going to be looking at a Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove? Keeper of the Grove seems to be able to run away, as we're still looking at a little bit of slow. Mountain King looking to throw back that Stormbolt and finish it off. Staff of Preservation is going to be in time, though. Stormbolt should have gone onto the Alchemist first, perhaps to prevent the Staff of Preservation. Where's the Sorceress? Slow. Alchemist now in serious trouble. Keeper of the Grove, could it be running in from the north for that save? Dryads are showing up. There's a Stormbolt to try and disrupt the heal. Demon Hunter does not have the Staff of Preservation. It was in the Keeper of the Grove. And, well, that is going to be enough there. Bash onto the Keeper of the Grove. Demon Hunter, well, trying to fight back against the Mountain King. Mountain King hoping to get a bash onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter down to 300 hit points after the Potion of Healing, and now fighting next to a bunch of Moonwells during Nightfall. During Nightfall there. Continuing to push back here once again. We're seeing more pressure onto that Demon Hunter Orb of Venom now being picked up there, as we're still looking at the archers getting taken out. All right, Mountain Giants, 3 Mountain Giants trying to just battle up this fight here. Demon Hunter also having that Orb of Venom. Mountain King trying to land a Stormbolt onto that Demon Hunter, but he's constantly also getting healed by those Moonwells. Level 3 on that Demon Hunter. That could be potentially big. There's a Stormbolt onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter down to 200 hit points, and it is dropping, but the Potion of Lesser Invulnerability going to keep him alive. Archmage could be in trouble. Archmage is in trouble, gets mana burned to death, and now the Mountain King finds himself in a situation where he is not comfortable. Bash onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter able to shake it off. Mountain King going to get mana burned again, and now with no real possibility of Stormbolt, it looks like LawLiet should be able to easily handle the rest of this, as the priests and the riflemen do need to retreat back, as they no longer have that brilliant aura to hold them and keep them together. Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove now out of mana, but is still able to provide plenty of damage with that Orb of Venom damage over time. Low hit point rifleman looking to retreat back still, as we should be, well, retreating all the way back home. Resurrection of the Archmage at the tavern. And, well, it looks like Chaemiko is going to try and go for one last push here. Picking up perhaps a scroll of healing or any other powerful consumable items. A little bit more healing getting underway onto the riflemen as well. We are looking at 2-0 upgrades, another sorceress to be joining in on the fight, and it looks like Chaemiko wants to try and close out this game. Alchemist is back out here onto the battlefield here. We're going to engage. There's a Stormbolt. Staff of Preservation moves like Keeper of the Grove. Staff of, well, there's a Entangle and a little bit of Orb of Venom coupled with that Acid Bomb, and the Mountain King unable to finish off the Demon Hunter, as a Staff of Preservation moves the Demon Hunter just far enough out of range, as we're going to see a Potion of Healing being used after dropping the Circle of Nobility. Chaemiko is playing out of his mind, but so is LawLiet. Both sides playing a very, very dangerous game, and we've seen Staff of Preservation at home still being effective here, as both sides are fighting their way through. 48 supply compared to 44. Sorceresses going after the priest, riflemen going after the dryads, dryads going after the sorceress, riflemen going after the dryads, as we're still exchanging blows back and forth. Archmage wants to drop another water elemental, should be dropping it right there, and there you are, getting in a little bit more damage here. Archmage may want to go for level 3 Brilliant Aura in this situation, as he's not going to have enough mana unless he goes for level 3 in order to drop more units. Mountain King still in that frontline spot, has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, Staff of Preservation for the save after the bash once more. Mountain King looking to get more and more mana again. Is he going to be able to get off a Stormbolt? Up to 73 mana, should be able to get off a Stormbolt right here, and try and finish off this last unit. There is another Staff of Preservation teleporting those units all very, very far away. There goes the Alchemist, and now the Mountain King is at level 4, gets another 50 mana, and should be able to throw another Stormbolt if ready. All right, we're looking at that unit just trying to retreat all the way back, and the Demon Hunter falls. He had the anti-magic shell, but now opening things up. Keeper of the Grove has Tranquility, but what's the point of Tranquility if you don't have an army? Well, 3 Mountain Giants still walking around, acting as the army. Mountain King still low on mana. Level 3 Brilliant Aura seems to actually be the perfect item here, keeping the priests all topped out on mana to constantly fight back still. Mountain King still trying to regenerate quite a bit of mana. We see more detonation coming across as triple Mountain Giants really just absorbing large amounts of damage here, as the Keeper of the Grove could end up getting taken down. This might be the game. Back and forth, constant aggression. No more mining here. One base play here on Amazonia. Tranquility trying to keep it alive as the Keeper of the Grove constantly getting healed, only to get bashed and get taken down. And that is going to be the game. All 3 heroes of LawLiet taken out. And that is that. Chaemiko, with a score 13,000 less than his opponent, comes away with the victory. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. Absolutely amazing.